channels after a couple of minor issues. Well, let's go there. That's better, isn't it? Let's just focus here. Great. Okay, excuse me while I just set everything up. I've got multiple channels going, so I really hope that that is not too distracting for you. And bear with me. There, make that a bit more secure. Good, good, good. Great. Okay, we're going live just very, very soon. Bear with me, guys. This is happening. We've got people on the line. I'm so excited. Oh, we've got the wrong slide showing. Just setting that up. I'm opening the Q&A. So anyone, I'm doing this on Facebook Live, but I'm also doing it in Instant Teleseminar, which is my webinar platform. So I've opened the Q&A on the webinar platform. And also, obviously, you guys in Facebook, you can comment and like, give me a thumbs up, show me that what I'm saying is making sense even. So if I ever appear slightly distracted, it's purely just because I'm switching screens and making sure everything is running okay. So I might not see your question or comment straight away, but I really am going to try my hardest not to miss it. So here we go. Got some people on the webcast as well. So now's your chance, guys, to test if this is working. If you want to say hi to me, no one will see them on the conference line, but obviously in Facebook they will. And oh, we've got Natalie here. Hello, Natalie. Lovely to have you with us. And Bonnie, fantastic. Who else is here? Oopsie. Chetumal, I think I'm saying that right. We've got lots of anonymous people who are feeling a bit shy today. Maybe that correlates with the title of the program. David's just popped up as well. Hi, David. Nice to have you with us. And you know what? I've just realised I haven't been recording. So let me just set the recording. There we go. So we're live, we're recording. Hopefully you guys can see the slides. Any problems at all, just post in the Q&A. Any questions you've got, just post in the Q&A. I'm talking to the people on the conference at the moment. Anyone in Facebook Live, you can just comment away. Any questions, I'm really happy to answer those. Give me a thumbs up, show me some love so I know what that what I'm saying is making sense. And I hate all this like chugginess at the beginning, but we're going to get started. I've got lots of lovely people on the line, and yeah, really excited to be with you today. So first of all, is it too late to say Happy New Year? It's the 9th, isn't it? I don't know when you're supposed to stop saying that, but this training is obviously about 2018, so Happy New Year, welcome to your year. And yeah, I'm so excited about this year. This year for me is a real year of expansion. I'm building on well, more than just the foundations that I've built in the last couple of years, really. Last year was a great year for growth and really kind of fine-tuning a lot of what I did, and then this year it's expanding it and reaching more people through what I'm doing. So I'm so excited, and I'm so privileged to have you with me, because you're making my year get off to an absolutely cracking start. It finished on a high with my last event, and now it's starting. The next year is starting on one as well. First day that the kids are back at school, so I feel like quite weird, quite sort of free, which is quite lovely. So let's get going on to the next slide. So what is this webinar all about? It's not a planning webinar, although I am going to touch on that. So if you're bored of hearing about planning, when I get to that part, bear with me. It's going to be really quick, and it's just going to give you some really useful tools to help you plan an effective year. Okay, I will glance at my phone once or twice just to make sure I haven't got a message from anyone saying they can't get on, which I haven't so far. Great. So I want you to understand why you haven't made it yet. And what does that mean in a way? What does making it actually mean? Actually, do you know what, guys? I'm going to see if I can screen share. I can't in my page, but no, it's not going to let me. Gillian and Josie are here as well. They've just jumped on as well, so fabulous. I know you guys on Facebook haven't got access to the slides. I can send you them. That's no problem at all. But what I say is going to make sense anyway, just from a verbal perspective. Anyway, so understand why you haven't made it yet. As I said, it's not your fault, and I want you to stop beating yourself up. I want you to stop comparing yourselves to others. We're going to talk about some really successful entrepreneurs, but there's loads of people out there, especially online nowadays, that seem to be acing it, don't they? And whilst you feel really happy and fantastic for them, especially the ones that were really small and they're growing, sometimes it's hard to not say, oh, why isn't that me? What am I doing wrong? What are they doing right? What's so special about them? Because actually what I'm offering is just as good as what they're offering, but they've just obviously found a way to make it all work and I haven't. And we end up beating ourselves up, and then that doesn't help to push us forward and get that success that we truly want. So I'm going to help you to realize that well, I think we all know it's no use doing that, but actually how to release ourselves from that. The path that you can take that's absolutely open for you, and actually that some of you on this call are actually already taking, because you're already signed up to the program I am going to talk to you about at the end. Understand what it truly takes to become successful, and I also want to share with you the realistic timescales that you can expect that to happen. So I'm not into bullshitting, and I do swear occasionally, excuse me if you don't like that, but you know, I am getting so sick and tired of people going on about how they broke through in a month or 6 months and they've got this secret formula. I've had this secret formula, but I've been using it for quite a long time, and it's definitely massively shortened my journey, and I don't think my journey would actually have continued had I have not used these tools and done this work that I'm going to share with you today. But I can't take you through all the work, by the way. I'm just going to give you a taster of it. But a lot of those people out there that are saying it took them like a few months or whatever, it's actually complete BS, because they've been working at it for years and years and years, but then suddenly something clicked, and it was probably this stuff that I'm going to talk about today. They started doing this stuff, and then it all came together and everything just started working. So don't get hoodwinked, don't get fooled by those rags to riches story, because they often take a lot longer than what the people are telling you. Okay, and yeah, and just because you haven't made that much progress last year, or maybe you have made great progress but you're not quite where you want to be, or maybe you are but you know there's more to come and you're kind of hitting that glass ceiling but know it can be pushed and broken through, then that's what I want to help you with today. I also, this is a really key thing, not just for business but life really, trusting your gut instinct versus the fear instinct. So fear so often dictates what we do, and the gut instinct is very valuable and very worthwhile, as is the fear instinct, for the reasons that, you know, it keeps us safe and stops us being exposed to danger. But actually it's knowing when to trust the fear when there is a real danger, and actually when not to, and when to realize that what you think is a gut reaction is actually your fear talking. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Common mistakes you might be making when helping others. That's quite an easy one. And just generally, I want to make you realize that it is possible to get those profound results, long-lasting benefits for you and your clients, earning consistently with an ongoing steady stream of clients, and just living the life you were meant to live, having the business that you want and being the person that you want to be, that you were born to be. Because I think there's so many of us that aren't living that, and I just think that's a terrible, terrible shame, and breaks my heart. So the more people that can do that, the more people that do that the better. So I've got some more people on the line. Or Karen's there. Hi, Karen. So just having a quick check-in with the Q&A. So give me some thumbs up, those of you on Facebook. Let me know if what I'm saying is making sense. Josie, you've asked about how you join Facebook Live, and you're already on there, so you've obviously figured it out. So anyone that wants to join the Facebook Live, you need to either go to my page, which is Liz Hancock, or my group. If you're already a member, great. If you're not, then I'm sorry you've missed it. I can't go in now and get distracted with making you a member, but I will obviously do that later. Good, let's go back to the slides. Cool. Okay, so I truly believe that mastering your mindset is the key to your success. Yes, you need skills. Yes, you need ability and passion and drive, and you need to be good at what you do. But if you actually don't have a good mindset around it, you're never going to break through. You're just never going to do it. If you have the most amazing strategy and the most amazing plan and the most amazing marketing plan, it's not going to be worth the paper it's written on if you don't work on yourself. Because what stops us 9 times out of 10, actually probably almost, 9 times out of 10, if not more, if not 10 out of 10, is our mind and what's going on in our heart and our body. And it literally can freeze us and just stop us from taking the action we need to do. How many times have you procrastinated already? Probably today, this morning. How many times have you realized, what am I doing scrolling on Facebook when I should be sending that email? Or what am I doing here when I know I've got to phone that person? Our bodies and our minds can really work against us by putting in these distractions and stopping us from doing what we were meant to do. And it's just because we don't want to, our bodies don't want us to have to work hard. Our bodies don't want us to have to be exposed to risk or fear or any of that. So we come up with these distractions to stop that from happening. That's why it's so important to recognize when it's fear, and then you can break through it. Okay, so you do need a good plan. I'm absolutely 100% really passionate about planning, but yeah, if you fail to plan, then you can plan to fail. But what's got to be in that plan is working on your mindset. Okay, is that all it takes? No, you can't. As I just said, you can't just have a good plan. So what's your plan? Have you already planned out your year, and maybe even further on than that? My planning documents are, for those of you that are on the conference, it is, oh Dave, I've got a notification that you've made a comment. Let me see what that is. Oh, you're just saying hi. Fantastic. Thanks, Dave. I thought it was integral to what I might be saying, but no, I'm so glad you said hi. It's great to have you back, Dave. It's been a very long time. So yeah, my plan works on between 3 years and 1 year. When you're starting out, who knows what your business is going to look like in 3 years? So let's work on a year or 2 years, whatever feels comfortable to you. But don't just go day to day, because if you haven't got an overall vision, if you haven't got an overall plan that connects to that vision, how are you going to keep going when it gets tough? You're just going to be doing what is put in front of you, and you're going to become very, very reactive, and you're going to succumb to the fear, to the distraction, to the procrastination, to the Facebooks, to the deleting emails, all those things that take up so much of our time but actually don't increase our bottom line. I'm not saying Facebook can be absolutely valuable, obviously, because we're here live streaming from Facebook now. So yeah, your vision, 3 years, 1 year. I've got this really great, for those of you that can't see it, just this chart, and you can write it out right now on a piece of paper. Your vision, a few lines about what your vision is, where you want to be in those 3 years, 2 years, 1 year time scales, and then actually, okay, if that's the case, what do you absolutely have to have delivered within a year? Oh my goodness, that looks like so much. So therefore, I'm going to break it down. What needs to be done within 6 months? What needs to be done within 3 months? What needs to be done next month? And that's when it can get really scary. That's when you really need to hook into this mindset stuff, which we're going to talk about. So start from the end point and work backwards, and really do deliverables. It's so important. What have I got to achieve in a month? And I always say to work in in threes. So what's your top 3 goals for 2017? Sorry, that's out of date, 2018. You need to really know what your top 3 focused areas are. If you try and do everything, you won't manage to do it, and you'll just feel crap at the end of the year. You'll feel like you've failed. If you focus on 3 things, if you do more than that, then fantastic. You know, reach for the sky, set out outrageous, bodacious goals, but keep it doable. Keep it doable. Stretching, but doable. Top 3 goals for next 3 months, top 3 goals for next month, and then top 3 goals for next week. So those of you that are using the plan, as I said, the strategy, the vision at the top, and then the 4 sections deliverables. I literally look at mine every day, and what I do is I put a post-it note, you know, one of those big post-it notes, this size, got a few here, and I put that over the 1 month's deliverables, or somewhere on that piece of paper, and that's my focus for the week. And then you can even break it down to days. That's what I do in my diary. So, you know, you find a way which works for you, but this document is so simple and so good. I would really encourage you to do that. And for those of you that are just on Facebook, I will, I don't know how I attach a Word document. In the group, I will put it in the file section, and maybe I'll take a photo of it so you can see. Okay, so what makes someone successful? I know I've got really cliche people that I'm going to talk about, but I thought, who does everyone know? Richard Branson, Oprah Winfrey, and Tony Robbins. Oprah, by the way, if you've not listened to her, don't look at it now, but after this this session, the Golden Globe speech she gave, especially if you're a woman, I don't want to talk about gender here at all, but amazing talk that she gave. It's literally just astounding. But you know, what is it that makes those people successful? It's their passion, it's their drive, it's their you know, how animated they are. They're just amazing people, aren't they? They're just so inspiring. But what actually makes them tick on a day-to-day basis? They all had a mentor, and I'm sure they all still do. I don't know who their current ones are, but I did a bit of research, and I know, I've known this for years, but Tony Robbins learned everything he knows from Jim Rohn, who's very high up in especially network marketing, but a great one of the first motivational speakers. He died last year or the year before, I think, bless him. But Tony Robbins will always accredit what he does to Jim, and I think that's brilliant. Richard Branson, he learnt from a guy who already had an airline, Sir Freddie Laker, when he was setting up Virgin. That was his first major successful company. So he learnt from someone who was already doing it, who had already broken through in that area. Oprah Winfrey says about a mentor, she says, my mentor made me address my unknown fears and see the better parts of me that were hidden from my own view. And she talks about several mentors in her life. I think that one specifically was about her school teacher. So yeah, just like these people, they don't just come through and be born amazing. They have to work at it. Most of the time they've been working at it for a very, very long time. You know, most of us have been in jobs or corporate for a lot of our lives. They've been doing this pretty much from day one. So they've learned their trade. That's why they're so successful. They're so much further ahead than us. They've learned from the best, and they've studied, and their whole life has been what they do. And for a lot of us, it hasn't been until fairly recently, the last year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 4 years, maybe a bit longer. But for most of us, we're pretty new to it. So actually we need to give ourselves a break and just think, yeah, okay, I've only been doing this a short time. Look at what I have built up. If you think about your sort of corporate career or whatever job you used to do, you probably, unless you went to university, many of you I'm sure did, and had a major degree, unless you were lucky enough to work go straight into a graduate level job, and even then you still have to work your way up, don't you? But most of us started at the bottom and work our way up, or started at the graduate level and work our way up. And it takes a lot of years to become a graduate. You have to go to university, you have to invest thousands of pounds, especially nowadays. Maybe it was all paid for when you went, I don't know. But Do you see what I'm getting at? It takes time, and it takes time to master your trade. You're new to this. Why should you know everything? How could you know everything? How could you know all the marketing to do? How could everything be rocking and successful? Because you simply haven't been giving it enough time. And so give yourself a break. Stop comparing yourself, and just really appreciate what you have achieved. I always really recommend, if you're having a bad day, write down 20 things that you've accomplished, 20 things that you're proud of. That's going to make you feel great. 20 things that you're grateful for. That's going to make you feel fantastic. Just to get you out of that crappy place. And that's a really basic thing that anyone can do. They don't need special training to do that. But what else have these guys got going for them? They have habits, and they address their mindset. They probably have some wacky and weird habits. I know Tony Robbins has an ice bath every morning, sits in there for like 20 minutes or something. Crazy, but hey, if that's what makes him, gives him his get up and go, that's brilliant. Not what I want to do. I want to make it far easier for me and far more enjoyable. What is it that works for you? Meditation, visualization, affirmations, self-care, exercise. For me, I don't like meditating really. I don't dislike it, but I don't, I guess I just don't, I don't know, it's not my thing. Tapping and EFT is. But when I'm exercising, when I'm out for a run, I get into a very meditative state. So if I'm not running, I need to make sure I'm filling that space with something that's not just helping my body, but helping my mind as well. And also just having fun and balancing things. Sometimes we take life too seriously. So just let's lighten up a bit, guys. I know I do that, and I fall prey to that very easily. I have to say, come on, Liz, what's important here? Why are you doing this? What's your why? Okay, any more comments, guys? Any thumbs up? Give me some thumbs up. Let me make sure that what I'm saying is making sense to you and engaging. Fantastic. Who else have we got? Oh, Louise is on board as well since I last looked. Okay, I'm not going to read out all the names. Awesome. Okay, so where were we? Talked about that. So why aren't you as successful as you can be, or as you want to be? This is kind of like hard truths time, guys. Are you really doing what it takes? Well, actually, before all of this, what I just mentioned is your why. Is your why strong enough? Why is it you want to do what you're doing? What is it that you either want to replace or get away from? Why do you want to do what you do? Is that strong enough? Because if you haven't got a good why, you either need to stop what you're doing, or you need to find something else to do, something that lights you up, something that makes you feel passionate. My daughter was asking me about this the other day, and I won't say who we were talking about, but this person just has drifted from one job to another and really kind of done the same in their life, really. They've just never found, and she said, well, why are they so unhappy, and why don't they do anything? I said, well, they just haven't found that thing that they love. Like, they haven't found that hobby or that job or that career, or they haven't, like, they're not loving a hobby which they realise they can turn into a career. They just haven't found it, and that is so sad. And unfortunately, I can't help this person, but that would never happen. But there's so many other people that I'm able to help. So that is what lights me up. What is your why? Why is it you're doing what you're doing? Okay, and are you doing what it takes to become successful? Are you committed? Okay, are you working on yourself every day? Are you working on your mindset? Are you reconnecting to your vision? That's why I love that sheet that I talked about, because it's just a few lines. If you have that on your office wall, or wherever it is you work, or inside of your diary, take a picture of it on your phone, whatever, have it as a screensaver. If you can read that every day before you start work and just take a deep breath and go, that's why I'm doing this, let's get on with it, then that's going to be just amazing. It's going to be so helpful. But you've obviously got to be clear on what your vision is and your goals that come from them. And really, are you committed? Are you doing what it takes? Are you prepared to invest in yourself and invest in your business? You know, as I said before, we spend a lot of money on university, we spend a lot of money on training, or our employers do for us, or we're trained on the job. Are you are you able to do that? Have you got a mentor that's able to do that for you? Or are you working for someone else learning the trade? Or are you just making it up as you go along? We wouldn't expect that in industry. So, you know, who are you getting mentorship from? Who can you piggyback off of? Who can you shadow? Who can you learn from? Who can you hire? Who can coach you? Who is it that is going to help you to get really, really connected, really fired up, and really, really on purpose and into action? Who is that? It might be me. That wasn't a underhand way to get at that, but it might be. And I know for some of you that it is, because I know we've got a few clients watching this, or they will be watching the replay. So why aren't you as successful as you want to be? Continuation of this. Some more questions to ask yourself. What do you want to create? What is it what's the impact you want to have? Which is very similar to the vision. But if you're struggling with what is a vision, it is, what do you want to create? What do you want to be able to say? That's my business, and I do this, and I have helped this many people, or I help people with this transformation, or I make them feel fantastic about themselves because of this. I get them out of their sucky jobs. I make them feel happy about their jobs again. I give them tools so that they can eat healthily. I give them health and wellness coaching, whatever it is, business coaching, mindset coaching, whatever it is. What is it that you do? And what legacy do you want to leave? What do you want to, this is a bit morbid, but what do you want people to say about you when you like die? What do you, it's a bit sad, isn't it? But not that I'm thinking about dying or anything, but I always want my children to be proud of me and to be inspired by me. And you know, when Izzy gets asked, my daughter's 9, and she gets asked at school, you know, what does your mum do? Because they all know I do this weird online thing. I'm always rushing around, and sometimes I look really, really smart if I'm going to an event or something. Sometimes I look not quite so smart if I'm running, going off for a run or something. And they're like, what does she do? And my daughter just says she transforms people's lives. Like, oh my God, that's just so, like, I can't stop doing what I'm doing just because I can't ever not, like, that is just so precious. How could I stop what I'm doing if I hear my daughter say that? It's like, wow, so amazing. And I know lots of you don't have children, or your children might be older, but hey, you know, if you haven't got someone that's going to feel really proud of you, and there's loads of other people, parents, siblings, loved ones, friends, family, whatever, then do it for yourself. Do it so you feel proud. Do it so you can really hand on heart say, I am proud of what I've created, and connect to that daily. Okay, so if only it was that easy, we would all be fine. I think everything's frozen because I can't see your comments, I'm afraid, but keep posting them, because I will come back to the comments afterwards and answer and so on. It's still really hard, isn't it? There is a little person there wondering whether to jump off the rock and trust the parachute. Well, if we all knew we had a parachute there, wouldn't life be easier? But so many of us actually don't feel that there is a parachute there. Why don't we feel that? Because our body won't let us. It makes us feel like there's imminent danger. Like, actually, there is a real danger to going and doing this. And this could be completely subconscious. You might not even be realizing you're feeling this, but it is a feeling. And I apologize for some people that may have already seen heard me talk about this, but it is about your comfort zone. It's about that flight, fight, or freeze response. It's about your nervous system firing off and going, don't do that. It doesn't feel safe because you're leaving the pack, you're doing something different, and anything that's different isn't normal. It's not familiar, and therefore it's not in our comfort zone. Okay, and therefore it gives you these distractions. It makes you into a perfectionist. So you keep trying so hard to make things perfect, you never actually do anything or finish anything or get anything out there. It makes you procrastinate. It causes confusion, resistance. It can make you really forgetful. I know, like, just that brain fog feeling can really, really be quite intense, purely because your body's just trying to distract you and you've got too much going on. You're overwhelmed. Okay, but it can be very much deeper than that as well. It can be about limiting beliefs and past programming and really deep fear and self-sabotage, fears of failure, fears of success. And a lot of this, I mentioned the word past programming there, a lot of this is going to be to do with how you grew up around money. So those of you that opted in, or if you got the download from the Facebook group, I gave you a money mindset quiz to go through. And it really just makes you, gives you a bit more clarity on the kind of money blocks that you'll have. And if you recognize those, a lot of them will come from your childhood, like money doesn't grow on trees. People are going to take advantage of me if I become rich. I haven't got them in front of me, so I'm just trying to remember them. Rich people are greedy. Where do we get those beliefs from? Yes, slightly maybe the media and films and so on and so forth, but mainly from what our parents teach us. And also not just what they actually say, but also what we see them do. So if your parents or one of your parents had to work really, really hard to earn decent money, or maybe they were still earning rubbish money, that's going to be like downloaded, and you're going to get this like a computer program. Okay, I have to work really, really hard to earn money. That was my massive block, because my dad worked his arse off to earn money for us. And whilst he didn't earn a great deal of money, we were actually really, really, you know, there was three of us kids. We struggled as children. I never wanted to do that. So I thought I'd broken that pattern, because I was like earning really good money and so on. But what I didn't realize, I was actually still completely conforming to that pattern. I was carrying on that conditioning and that programming, because I had to work really, really hard in order to feel like I was worth being paid that money. So as you can tell, that's a surefire way of burning out. And especially when I started my business, I was like, my God, this is still carrying on, and I need to sort it out. So that's what I did. So I've talked about the comfort zone. I won't go into this in great deal, but you kind of have these levels of like, yeah, you're safe in the middle, you feel great, you're comfortable. And then when you step out of that, you might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but that's bearable. Then you've got the really uncomfortable zone, and oh my goodness, out there, the red zone, it's like, oh, danger, danger, danger. Do I really want to get out of here? Or actually, yeah, I really do want to get out of here. Let me out of here. So, yeah, that's, oh, I've lost my slides. There we go. So, so just be aware that your comfort zone, it's a good indication when the fear is genuine. But if you think of fear as false evidence or false expectation appearing real, then that's what it is. It's just fear, and it's false. It doesn't mean you're going to come to harm, or you're going to be exposed or judged, or, you know, you're not at risk. We're just conditioned to resist fear. But actually, what if what was just outside of our comfort zone was utterly amazing? I'm sure most of you have seen that Facebook slide that goes around every now and then. Beyond your comfort zone is where the magic happens. I think that's what it says. So trust your gut, not your fear. And the way to do that is really, if you take part in what I'm about to share with you, then that's going to be the easiest way. But if you don't, then just really try and feel into it. Okay, you know, put your hand on your heart, breathe deeply. Am I fearing this, or is this truly not the right thing for me to do or to be doing, or am I just scared? Am I just scared about it? And actually, is the fear going to stop you? I won't allow fear to stop me anymore. It used to all the time. I won't allow that anymore, because actually it's like that slide says, beyond your comfort zone, beyond the fear is where the magic happens. Amazing things can happen when you step out of that. Like doing a charity boxing match, which is what I did once because I knew I was in my comfort zone too much. That's a story for another day. So in terms of what I mentioned at the beginning, making that biggest mistake for you and your clients, the problem we all have is that we're all looking for a quick fix, aren't we? It takes time and consistency. And we all know that a quick fix doesn't work. We wish it did. That's why we keep trying them again and again and again. But they don't work, do they? As Bonnie says, it takes a great leap of faith to leave your comfort zone. It does, it does, it does. So, sorry. Let me just, oh, my screen is frozen. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, so we're all looking for this magic quick fix, and yet we know it doesn't work. How many times have we been on a detox or a cleanse or a diet, and actually within a few weeks we put it all the weight back on again? I did it before Christmas. Why did I do it? Because I wanted to lose weight for a couple of parties I was going to, and then afterwards I didn't care that much. My why wasn't big enough. So now I'm having to get back on the wagon and do a little detox, and then actually go back to my long-term healthy eating plan, which works most of the time, but not all the time. If I do the quick fix, yeah, it works to an extent, but it's not the long-term solution that I need. It is possible to make quantum leaps and shifts, as I did with my my juicing before Christmas. But is it possible to sustain them? Not unless you keep doing them. And quick fixes are usually a huge effort. So actually, why don't we just do something that makes a proper massive difference, that actually makes a difference for a long time, something that we can sustain and something that we can do ourselves, like adopting a long-term healthy eating plan. Why don't we do it? Because it sounds boring, doesn't it? It doesn't sound very exciting. We want excitement in our lives, and especially when it comes to development, self-development, business development, it needs to be a bit exciting. We don't want it to be boring. So we often go for the quick fixes. And also often we want it to be cheap, which is another issue entirely. Although kind of related to this, because this is a presentation about money mindset. So your mind will align with the regular work that you commit to. And if you commit, remember earlier on we were saying about commitment, if you're committed, then you're going to make shit happen, basically. So what does it take? It takes clarity, it takes confidence, courage, commitment, mindset, a strategy and a plan, and also continuous support and guidance, which is what I want to talk to you a bit more about now. Okay, I'm going to miss that slide. I don't think we need that one. What I'm about to go through is the first step, Success Framework Fundamentals step of my 7-step 50k success formula. So it's this stairway of success that takes you through the exact right steps at the right time for you to gain 50k in your business within 12 months. Okay, if that's the goal that you want. And if you want a different goal, it's still going to work for you. We can be flexible. But the Success Framework Fundamentals, a lot of them are based around mindset. Okay, so what is this money mindset thing I keep talking about? Why do I think that what I've got is what you need? Okay, I'll tell you why. I can give you some case studies. I could go on about it all day. Bonnie's been exposed to a bit of it. Bonnie's on the line now. Natalie came to my event recently. She had exposure to just a tiny part of what I did. And I hope you don't mind me showing that, lady. Sorry, I should have checked first. But you know, they hopefully, as I'm sure they will comment, it was quite profound, the stuff that I did. But this is a whole nother level. Okay, it really goes, I should go down because it's like a deep dive. It's a really deep dive into all the rubbish that holds you back, basically. And I really believe it's fundamental to our transformation and our long-term success as a business owner, and also in life. The work that I've done, that I'm going to talk to you about and that I'm inviting you to join me on, has not just transformed my mindset in terms of my income, my money, and my business. It's also changed how I think about my family finances, how I talk about money with my husband, how we manage money together, how I talk about and I guess the value of money that I talk to my kids about, not making them feel guilty for going to private school, but allowing them to value it, you know, those kinds of things. It's a balancing act. You don't want to mess them up, but you want them to be to have a healthy attitude to money, really. And you know, some people I know, the kids are like, oh, we can't afford it, we can't afford it. I don't think kids should have that on them at that age, because that could so easily come up as real money blocks when they're older. They're going to be afraid to invest, or they're going to go the other way completely and rebel and actually just not give a damn, spend all the money they can and have a real problem with their bank accounts. So wherever you are on the spectrum of this kind of like, whether you're a really great saver and you're scared to invest, or whether you're investing in anything but you've got no savings and you're in financial mess because of it, you need to address your money mindset. So I really believe this is fundamental for nearly everyone. If I could take this to schools or like teenagers, this would be brilliant. That might be on the cards one day, who knows? It's in my why somewhere. So what is it that I want to talk to you about? I want to talk to you about my 50K mindset program. So please stay on to the end, because if anything I've said has resonated so far, you need this, okay? I need you to do this, because this is going to light me up. And when I see your transformation, this is the most transformational work I've done on myself and I've witnessed. I've been trained to do this, specifically trained with Tapping into Wealth training. And this is just utterly amazing transformational work, okay? It's a 12-week deep dive into everything that's holding you back from success. And when I've called this money mindset, it's so much more than that. It's your mindset around success and failure. It's your mindset around you and your ability and your deservingness. There's so much to it. Excuse me. And there will be, do you know what, guys? I'll admit, I know I sent that email out yesterday, like I don't always get things done on time. I haven't even got a landing page for this program, because I've just been so, I won't go into why, but basically I'm like, a fancy landing page isn't going to sell it. The passion behind what I'm talking about will sell it, okay? The beauty of what I'm doing will sell it. Hopefully you can see, most of you are members of my Facebook group. You can see the people in there posting, when I haven't even asked them to, about the transformations they've got, not just in their business, but in their whole life. Like Nadine recently, she had a lifelong desire to join a choir. And she did that recently. It's because of the work we've done together. Sarah had a great experience the other day. We really got her plan in place, but we worked on her mindset. And she's done a lot of this work with me and with others as well, but very, very deep stuff that's uncovered all of this programming around money. Okay, so what benefits and results are you going to get from the 50K mindset program? You are going to break the cycle finally of always striving but never arriving, okay? You're going to understand, clear and reset your true hidden feelings about all things related to money. And honestly, a lot of this will be subconscious. You won't even know you've got it. And you might think, well, if I don't know I've got it, surely that's not a problem. It absolutely is, because it will come up in disguise. So like those the distractions we've talked about before, it will come up in disguise and it will pull you off track. So it's really not just getting clarity on them, but clearing them and resetting them, so you have a positive money mindset, so you've got more drive and enthusiasm, so that you can connect to your vision and your goals in body, mind and spirit every single freaking day that you do your business, and even when you're not doing it, okay? We want you feeling great about your business all the time. So freedom from all that negative money mindset rubbish. Understanding and clearing, I'm getting a bit more specific now, but your money paradigm. So the earliest programming you had, like I mentioned earlier, what your parents told you about money, how they were about money, how maybe you felt really unsafe around money when you were a child. And that's okay, because most of us did. This process I do, nearly every single person, actually bar one person, and he had issues in another area, has felt unsafe around money when they're growing up, even if there was a lot of money in the house. So don't think you've kind of escaped just because you were very blessed as a child financially. So it's going to free you up from your own judgments, and also from your fear of judgments, or judgments that maybe they're feared and imagined, or maybe they're actually real. Maybe people are judging you and they're asking you, when are you going to be successful? When are you going to make some money? When are you going to get a proper job? Why don't you just give this thing up? You know, those kinds of things can really, really pull us down and make us feel so bad. And I don't want you to have to face that anymore. I want people to say, wow, well done, you're doing well. Gosh, that's a nice new car, or whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life and create, not just manifest. I don't necessarily like that word because it kind of feels like you've just magicked it, but actually what you want to create, and you're going to be in charge of that. You're going to get, and this is a bit woo-woo, sounds it, but it's actually like, I can't make your mum and dad say they're proud of you, but what I can do is I can do that energetically through the processes we do. So you don't even need them anymore to say they're proud of you. If you spent your life trying to impress them, trying to get their approval, you actually getting it through these processes, you won't have that need to keep sort of trying subtly but maybe a bit obviously to show them what you've done, you know, leaving your book out on the side for your parents to say, oh, you've written a book, and then they don't even read it. That's not going to happen anymore. You won't need to. They will, who knows what they will do, but you won't be affected from it. Okay, so you're going to have so much more confidence and excitement and drive, and you can tell just by what I've just said. For me, that was so fundamental, letting go of my need for my parents to say they're proud of me was just like, oh, just saying that, I feel another like lift, because it was so fundamental to my success. Some of you will have goal trauma. You'll have set goals and you will have not reached those goals and you'll feel rubbish about it. We're going to undo that. Some of you will have goal trauma. I mean, like you've set, you know, oh, I was supposed to earn 100 grand last year and I only got to 50, or I was just supposed to get my business started and I've still only got one client or no clients. Goal trauma, we're going to get rid of that for you. Financial trauma, like any time that maybe you got into debt. I know I got into a lot of debt in my teens, late teens, when I split up with my ex-boyfriend who was abusive to me. What made me feel better was going and spending money, because I thought nice things were going to make me feel better, and they didn't. And I also spent it on a lot of not so nice things, like a lot of drink and stuff like that, which also is a story for another day. But yeah, from dark times I just spent lots of money and got myself into a huge amount of debt, so that's not great. Newfound ability to get into action, and this is what it's all about, isn't it? Not just feeling great, but actually, what does that mean? It means we can get into action, easy action that's going to give us results. So you'll be able to not just set outrageous goals, but you'll be energetically aligned to them, which means you're actually going to be able to go for them without the resistance that you'd normally get. A new sense of energy, enthusiasm. I've said that, I think, because I'm just so full of it myself. Being aware of and releasing any hidden agendas. So any kind of like, okay, if I get there, what's the downside? If I get there, people might judge me. So this comes back to the judgments and so on. Or actually, if I get there, I'm going to break this unwritten rule in my family that we are doers and not managers, for example. We're workers, we're not business owners. Things like that. It's a huge area, hidden agendas, very much related to having a backlash or an upper limit problem. So when things are going really well and you think, yes, I've made it, and then suddenly they all come crashing down. And this happens, and it's still going to happen occasionally. You'll know how to deal with that, how to recognize it for what it is and how to build yourself back up. But also it's going to happen less anyway, because you're dealing with all the other stuff that usually comes and causes the backlashes and the upper limit problems. So there'll be much less, but you're also, when they do come up, you'll be able to move through them so quickly. I can get through something in half an hour, a few minutes now. Something that used to take me weeks, a setback that would take me weeks to get over and like ruin my whole month. Now it's like, okay, that's happened, let's move on. And it just makes life so much easier. You can increase your fees. So now we're talking the money, what impact is going to have on your income. You're going to increase your fees. Obviously, income wise, you're going to be more active. So you're going to be getting those clients. You're going to be able to pitch and sell far more in a really confident way that feels congruent to you and the transformation you provide and how you want to be seen as an entrepreneur. You're not going to suddenly become a sleazy salesperson, but you're going to have a lighter feeling around sales. You're going to enjoy sales. You're going to realize that sales is serving. And I know that's maybe a bit cliche, but you know, if you don't sell, then you don't have a business. So we're going to help you to feel better about selling. I'm not going to give you sales pitches and sales scripts and how to do it. And that's another course I've got. It's a whole course in itself. But you're going to feel much better about it. And obviously, if you want the extra training, then we can talk about that. But you really will discover and appreciate and love yourself for being so talented, brilliant, and really know that you are deserving of what you're creating I want you to claim it and own it. And obviously, you're going to increase that. Oh, this is small writing for those on the thing. Sorry about that. I'm going to whiz through these. I'm conscious I'm baffling on, but honestly, this program has got so much to it. Permission to be you and no one else. On purpose, pride in yourself, pride in your business, ability to celebrate your successes so you can feel great every day. Wouldn't that be lovely? No more unease and fear when you look at your accounts, your bank statements, your finances. That's in your business and in your personal life. Managing your business finance and your income and your household finances like a pro, basically. It's your time. You're ready to step up, or you will be ready to step up. So clarity, confidence, and courage to face everything head on, to have the strength to sort everything out. If you're in huge amounts of debt, this is going to help you to get to the place where you can feel so empowered about getting yourself out of it. And, other areas of your finances, just really be able to take control and welcome in so much more ease, so much more abundance in your life, not just in your business, but in your life as well. So that is the 50K mindset. When do we start? We start on the 17th. And this is my offer to you. So don't think this isn't for you when you see the price. It's worth this and so much more. It's worth, like, the full price is going to be 1997. That's going to be the full price before we launch, 1997. And, it's worth so much more than this. Everything, like 3 pages, I thought I can't take them through 3 pages of benefits, but that's what it is. And I hope you feel inspired by that. But today, for you guys only on this training, you can either sign up now or book a call. And the link should be on the instant teleseminar thing. I'm also going to put them in the Facebook. Actually, I'll just read them out. So if you go to bit.ly/50k mindset, that will enable you to book a call with me to discuss this. So bit.ly/50k mindset. Or you can, if you know this is right for you now, which I know some of you will, you can book your place at 797 for this call only, by going to bit.ly/50k mindset 797. So that's your special price. And I know it should be a call to action there as well. You can also do Elizabeth Mary Hancock /50k mindset 797. So let me just put that in the comments. Okay. Awesome. Okay, and I'll put the link to book a call in the comments when we finish. So, any questions, you guys, start firing them through because I've got some time to answer them. So let's get back to where we were. So 797. The early bird is going to be 997, so you're getting £200 off the price when I launch this to my list, for being on this webinar, for being on this live stream, or watching the replay. But it's 797 if you have access to this link that I've just given you. What's included? Everything that I've talked about, all that transformation, 12 weeks of weekly coaching, a membership site so you can keep up to date with everything. Everything will be in there for you to refer back to. Call recordings, scripts, worksheets, everything. Yours to keep. That's a great value, 297. Now, I'm not going to patronise you with saying, oh, value, 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 but the total value is 3483. But actually, I do think it's priceless. So what else do you actually get? You get a ticket to my live event. I know there's at least one or two of you who are either listening now or will listen to the replay who have already booked your ticket for the event in March. If that's the case, let's just jump on the phone. If you buy this, I will give, well, we don't need to jump on the phone, but we can do. If you buy this, I will refund your ticket, the price of the ticket that you've already paid for. So you will get that back because you're getting the same deal as what I'm giving everyone else, and that's only fair. So you will get the price of your ticket refunded back if you've already bought one. So complimentary tickets to my 2-day transformational 50k formula live event in London, 15th and 16th of March. And that is a value of 397, probably much more. The first 10 sign-ups, and 4 have already gone. So this is really key to, you know, to make sure you sign up soon. You will get a complimentary one-to-one session with me for a whole hour, or really however long it takes to get through what we need to get through, but probably around about an hour. I can't stay on the line forever, obviously. And that's a value at 397 as well. So 4 have already gone, you guys. And bear in mind, I haven't launched this to my list yet. I haven't gone out with big, you know, flashing lights. This is what I'm doing. I've literally just mentioned it to a couple of people I've spoken to, and they've bought. So so get in there. The 50k mindset membership area I've mentioned. I also am giving everyone excuse me, private contact with me through the Facebook group, but also through email, because I know some things that might come up might be a bit personal. You might not want to share them in a Facebook group. I encourage you to do that because that's part of the process, but you can email me. And I'm also offering to everyone a 15-minute laser session if they get, you know, a bit stuck on something, or if this is so unlikely to happen, but if you have, like, you're exploring an area that's very, very sensitive or was very traumatic, then you might need some extra one-to-one help. And as a duty of care, I'm absolutely giving that. And I'm saying 15 minutes, but, you know, we'll do what it takes to get you through that. So you're not going to get gold trauma from this program, and you're not going to get, you know, like sort of like triggered from this. It's just pure transformation. It's fabulous. And obviously the Facebook group I've got there. So excuse me, total value 3482, yours for just 797 as well. There's one more special bonus, which I just need to have a sip of water for, sorry. The special bonus is, this is the first time I'm running this course in this way. So this is the content that I have only shared with my private clients and some of my mastermind clients. All of my mastermind clients have got some of this, but they haven't got all of this. And you can take part in this first ever ran program the way I'm running it this time. I'm planning to run it many more times. And excuse me, maybe there's an energetic block around that, which I need to work on. So I'm going to be running it very many more times, and that's my plan. And every time I run it, you are invited to take part live again if you wish. You don't have to, obviously, but imagine maybe doing this once or twice a year and just having a little top up, or just getting re-engaged with the group every time I run it, which will probably be possibly maybe 3 times a year. So no pressure, it won't be overwhelming at all, but pay once and you're in forever, in a nutshell. So let's just go through those links again while you're typing in any questions you have. The link to book a call with me if you're not sure whether this is right for you or you want to discuss anything or talk about a payment option, payment plan, we can do that. It's bit.ly/50k mindset. I don't think it needs a capital M, but if it's not working, do that. And any problems at all, you guys, just email me, liz@elizabethmaryhancock.com. If you want to secure your place now, then it's bit.ly/50k mindset 797. And I'm only going to be offering that price on this webinar. So let me just check the Q&As. We're at the top of the hour. Sorry, I'm just scanning through because I've got a load of comments on the conference line, which I'm afraid I missed, but most of them are thumbs up type of comments, so that's great. Or I think probably were answered after I moved on in the content. So is there a payment plan? We can talk about that. We absolutely can talk about that. Just book a call and we can set that up for you. I haven't, I wasn't going to overwhelm people today with that, but if you need a payment plan and you're committed, absolutely we can do that. Just email me, Jess, and Liz at Elizabeth Mary Hancock. A couple of you asking about that. Let me just check the other comments. Oh, Kate's just joined. I think you've only just joined, Kate. I'm about to finish, I'm afraid, but this would be cool for you, especially if you're launching your nutrition business. So I'd love for you to re-listen. It'll be really valuable to you. Okay, it's just taking a while to load, sorry. Oops. Okay, when will you be running this program again? I haven't decided for sure. It might be April, it might be May, it might be June. I'm not sure. I do other programs as well. For those newcomers here, I have my 50k or Wealthy Entrepreneur Academy, 50k Academy, which is a group program, very affordable, takes you step by step through all the steps you need to grow your business. And I have my 50k Mastermind, also known as my Wealthy Entrepreneur Mastermind. We are changing the names as we go. And yeah, so the mastermind is group and individual coaching. So it's a true mastermind. And you get all, if you're in the mastermind, you get this included, all my trainings you get included, my events you get included. I'm also running, don't forget the event in March, 15th and 16th of March. You can come to that on its own, but why not just do this? Because the early bird price for the event is $197, so you're only paying an extra $597 for this 12-week program. You just can't go wrong, can you? So I hope that is all the questions. I think most of them I've answered. Is this really fundamental to your success? Absolutely. It's been completely fundamental to my success, honestly. That's why, actually, when I discovered this stuff and I did it myself, I tweaked my business to include this stuff. I did it myself. It was so fundamental to my success. I trained to deliver it to other people. I'm not just like regurgitating something that I went through myself. I've actually been trained to facilitate other people's transformations through this process, through these processes. And then, that it became part of my mastermind. It became part of my business. And for some of my private clients, this is all we work on. Others do business stuff as well. But for many of them, this is the main thing that we work on. And it's absolutely transformational. And some of them actually have jobs rather than a business. And it's still been really, really critical to their success. So I think everyone here has a business, but if there's any of you that have just joined that actually doesn't have a business but knows they've got money issues anyway, this actually is going to be just absolutely amazing for you. So with that being said, I'm going to finalize. I'm going to finish the lives. Gillian, I think you've only just joined us and I'm just about to finish. So Gillian, please do re-listen, and we need to connect anyway. We need to catch up. So I hope that's been awesome for you. I hope it's giving you a taste of what is achievable when you really absolutely look at your mindset. Address these money mindset issues. They are so fundamental to your success. Do this course and get a free ticket to my event and loads of other bonuses besides that. So for you guys that have just joined, let me just take you through. This is a 12-week course. 797 reduced from the early bird price of 997. That's only for people on this program here. Bonuses include a complimentary ticket to my 2-day event. That's what I've talked about. First 10 sign-ups get a 1-to-1 hour session with me. 4 have already gone. You get a membership area. You get private access with me for any potential issues that might come up. Very unlikely, but they just might do, and that's my duty of care to you. And we're in a Facebook group as well, so you can utilise that. Loads of support in that group. My clients are in there. It's going to be fabulous. And if you get in this first time, you get in every single time I run this program. You pay once and you're in forever. So thank you so much for listening, guys. This has been such a pleasure. Great to be back into it. Great to be back on it. I've just gone over the hour, but I hope that was really enjoyable for you and very fabulous as well. So I can't wait to see you. Don't forget to book that that call. I will put the link in the comment section on the Facebook Live. You instant teleseminars and seminar people should have that on the link, and it's also there for you. Or you can just email me, liz@elizabethmaryhancock.com. And I have 2 appointments just come through on my phone. Alerts for those, so I'm very excited to be doing that, and yeah, that's cool, awesome. And I will speak to those of you that have done that very, very soon, and I look forward to welcoming you into the program. Thank you so much, guys. Have an awesome day, and yeah, just keep in contact. If you think of any questions you have after this live stream, after this session, just email me or personal message me on Facebook, and I'm here to help. I'm here to make sure that you transform this year. This should be your year. No more excuses, no more money mindset issues getting in the way. This could really skyrocket your success, and it would be such an honour and such a joy to take you through that process. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Lots of love to you, and have a fabulous day. Bye bye.